being a team leader doesn't just mean you are a great agent in front of a bunch of other agents. You're not just performing in front of other people. You are in charge of leading people where they want to go and where they need to go. And in this environment we're in this shift we're in, one of your primary tasks in leading is having your head up and understanding the market and understanding what's going on and what's coming so you know how to advise and lead your people well. One thing we do here at Relevate is we do a market update every single week. And every week I spend hours looking at the market numbers, looking at various stats so I can present the numbers to our agents, not just so they know where we're at, not just so they know where the market's been or where we're going, but they know what they need to do. They know how to action it, and they know how to present these numbers down to their clients. I do a long list of numbers and stats every single week as I present it to them. So I'd love to just present to you the market update that I gave to my team at the beginning of December. So here's an example of what I do every single week and what it looks like for you guys. So one stat that we watch is buyer demand. And we measure that in terms of showings per listing per week. How many showings does an average listing get in a given week? And as that number goes up and down, that tells us about buyer demand relative to the inventory that we have. Well, at the end of November, that number in the Denver metro area was at 2.29 showings per listing per week. That represented an 18.5% drop from the beginning of November. So we've seen an 18.5% drop in buyer demand from the beginning of November and an over 80% drop from the beginning of January. So we've seen an over 80% drop in buyer demand since the beginning of January and 18.5% from November. Now, the other thing we're going to measure is the number of active listings because we want to measure supply and demand. Demand, we just talked about, but supply is the number of active listings. Well, at the beginning of January, RE Colorado had 9,800 active listings. Right? And right now, in November, they closed at 16,341 active listings. That's a 66% jump in active listings. So the environment is pretty clear when you're looking at the numbers. We have 80% less demand than January and 60% more listings. And that is what's leading to the thermometer of the market. And it's not necessarily telling you anything that you may not already know. Clearly the market is cooler than what it was earlier, but being able to show your work lets your agents understand why what is happening and helps them to explain this to their clients better. The other thing we like to watch is current trends. So for example, even though listings are up 60% from the beginning of the year, they're actually down 30% since September. And we don't necessarily know if that's an indicator that they'll continue to drop, but we're talking about that and we're watching that so that we can see where things are going in December and January and February. Those numbers are preparing our strategy for the next couple months. The reality is real estate does not operate in a vacuum. Right? That you have to deal with the market and the environment you're in. And the only way to be the best leader you can be is to have your head up, watching for potential threats, understanding the market, and then synthesizing that for your people so they understand not only what they should do, but what they should do in the market we're in right now.